Hello, fellow Radiant Dance teachers. It's another Wake Up Wednesday. And for those of you interested, check out my shirt. I got this from the actual Dancing Queen gurus at the ABBA Museum in Stockholm. It was quite a hoot. I was like, I have to buy it. All right, so now, in case you're wondering where'd you get it, that's where I got it. I'm not sure if you can get it elsewhere. All right, my fellow dancing queens and kings out there. The follow-up from last week. Last week we did the tapping on the upper body and I said we do lower body. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to tap in the lower body. But this time we're going to tap with a real purpose. We want to help dancers to feel the support that's necessary for a transfer of weight. And that in particular, of course, is about inner thigh and outer thigh, and also about the hamstrings. So what I'm not going to tap, and we're just going to try this as an experiment, and I want you to see how it feels. I'm not going to tap the front of my leg. Our quadriceps are so commonly used and perhaps overused that what we're doing now is kind of bring into the party the other aspects that might not always show up as much as we need them to. So I'm going to tap on, I'm going to put it up on my thing here. I'm going to tap my inner thigh all the way down. In this case, I can follow it right down to my big toe. So of course I could just be doing it like this. See if you can see me. This inner thigh, tapping down to my big toe. Now I'm tapping in the down direction to help also with grounding. Okay, so I'm tapping, 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 tapping down my inner thigh. Now just do that. Again, don't check out the other side yet, and just see in a transfer of weight how that inner thigh is feeling. And then of course compare to the other side how this inner thigh is feeling. This inner thigh feels, again, more solid simply because of the touch. Now, part of the other thing we need for good transfer weight, I'll show you in parallel, of course, would be the outside here. My tensor fascia latte, IT band, all that. So I'm going to tap on the outside. I'm going to use both hands, tapping down outside, all the way down to the lateral malleolus, out to the baby toe. So tapping down. And again, 3-4 times is usually going to be enough. So now I've got my inner thighs activated, and oh, my support out here is also far more activated. How do I know? I compare to the other side, and I can feel right now that there's a lot of extra work on my inner thighs. They got woken up and now they're working really hard going, I guess it's all my job. But no, got to wake up the outside. So we're going to do that. Again, showing you the side view here, tapping down the side, down to the baby toe. And I'm going in my downward direction in order to have a grounding element as well. And I think I did 4, so here we go, last one. And check it out. Oh, how's this side feel? How's this side feel? Yeah, my inner thigh is still working, but out here is working as well, and I'm not having to grip. Okay, now again, I mentioned we're going to not tap the front because likely it's already really at the party, like just going up and down stairs, general walking. Most people, their quads are alive. Debatable, of course, about whether the very inner quad muscle, but we should have got that when we did the tapping here. So now we're going to do the back of the leg. So starting, let's go a little bit onto the glutes in order to make sure you get the insertion of the hamstrings. So I'm tapping all the way down, getting right into the crevice behind my knee, down the calf to the heel. Okay. Again, lots of different touches. I would also do stroking, but right now, today's wake up is about tapping. Okay, now, where am I going to use the hamstrings a lot? Well, obviously going to the back. So how does that feel? It feels good on this leg, but I also need those same muscles as my support structure, especially if I'm starting to tip the pelvis. Do I feel a difference? You bet I do. So I got to do, again, base of the glutes to get the top of the hamstrings. Right in behind the knee, down the calf, right to the base of the Achilles, into the calcaneus. Wouldn't be a bad idea to do this in partners. Get some really knowing where the hamstrings are on themselves and a partner. So now my hamstrings are more alert if I was using it for the extension or if I'm using it as the support to be right up there. Okay, so that's it for today. So basic. Once your students know what you're doing, you say, okay, before we do the bar work, or maybe get them buying in, do your pliés, tendus, renegons or something, then say, hey, before we do our fondus, let's do some tapping and see if we can really deepen and get into our muscles that much more. All right. I'm pretty sure your students will buy in when they can feel the before and after. So always take the time to do one side, a little bit of movement, do the other side without the tap, let them feel the difference. It's not just to prove to them that it works, it's for their noticing skills of going, oh, this is how good I could feel. This is what I was settling with, and I didn't know I was settling until I could compare. And what you can develop then is the ability for your students to raise the standard of how they want to feel. So if they come into class and they don't feel that alert, ready to go, they've got to change it. And they're going to know they've got to change it. And if you do things like this in class, they're going to have the tools to do that. Okay, that's it for this edition of Wake Up Wednesday. Happy tapping, have fun. As always, let me know how it's going for you. And of course, any questions you may have. Thank you, everybody. See you next time.